My pants.
It's nothing a little music can't help. Rockin', rockin' and rollin'. Down to the beach I'm strolling. But the seagulls poke at my head. Not fun. I said, seagulls, stop it now. Everyone told me not to stroll on that beach. Said seagulls gonna come, poke me in the coconut, and they did, and they did, had me going like, nothing I could do but yell when these birds attacked me. When I tried to run, I fell, and then these kids started laughing, and then got hit in the neck with a hacky sack. Where'd it come from? Now run, run, run. I can be a backpack while you run, 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 jump and stop. Put me.
Why not have a little fun at the beginning of the show?
Right?
I wanted to pop up your screen, Matt, while Lisa was dancing around. I wanted to put that up.
That was weird.
To join me, he wouldn't. I was like, come on.
That was just clearly for my pleasure. Oh wow.
So welcome to episode 113 of The Sound, a very busy episode we are going to have. We're on a half hour early tonight. We have Seventh Day Slumber that will be joining us. We have Nonpoint that will be joining us, and we have Blacktop Mojo that will be joining us. We will not be playing the videos from the bands. We will be playing videos for the grudge match and the premiere of Dusty Grant's new video, but videos that come from bands like Seventh Day Slumber and Nonpoint and Blacktop Mojo. Facebook pretty much does this and shuts us down. So we won't be playing those videos tonight, but we will be chatting with all of them for Rockin The Sound. And Rockin The Sound is coming up in less than 30 days. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, and I can officially say we only have 4 VIP tickets left.
Ooh.
So we put out 100. We sold those out. We put out an additional 50. There's 4 left. There will be no more VIPs after this. That's it. So if you want to get your VIP tickets, head over to thesound228.com now and pick up your VIP tickets. Now, those are in addition to the general admission tickets. You got to buy the general admission tickets and the VIP upgrade. But yeah, so Adelita's Way was such a great, that's funny. Yes. Adelita's Way. That was one of those. It was, they were not a part of the original plan, and the opportunity came up to grab them. And, not only do I like the band and the band draws well, but I really like the band. So that was an easy choice for me to make sure that we made that happen. So
yeah.
Happy to have them. Hopefully we can get them on one of the episodes before Rockin The Sound. I know they emailed us today to advance the show. So dialogue has started opening up with all the other bands. So hopefully we can get the rest of them on. The one thing I didn't do was talk about next week. Next week's going to be just as big as this week is, with Kingdom Collapse, Any Given Sin, and Gemini Syndrome going to be on the show next week. And we're doing this every Wednesday all the way up until Rockin The Sound. The 15th we'll have Otherwise on there, and I believe the 8th we'll have Sons on Fire. Maybe we can talk to guys from Falls from Grace to being on the show. I mean,
we also have Varsity that night.
Do what now?
We also have Varsity that night.
Yes, Varsity will also be on the show. It's kind of cool to have those in there as well. So everybody gets all the attention. I like it. But We have to get going here. We do have the grudge match tonight. Silent Theory is the returning champion. They are going up against the Almas with their latest song called Cage. And you know how it works. If you are a regular for the show, after video number or during video number 2, you will see a poll up on Facebook. You vote video number 1 or video number 2. If you're not on Facebook, use YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Just put in the comment what video like video number 1 or video number 2. Is that it?
That's it.
You got it.
Anybody else got anything?
How y'all doing tonight, by the way?
Yeah, for y'all that don't know where they're at, it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Right. And she's here in the UK.
And we're in the same room.
Again.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a green screen. It's not Photoshop.
Yeah, she's here. We've been hitting up.
See?
Yeah. We've been hitting up some shows and, you know.
So Paul just said, let's get Cold Words on soon. Absolutely. So
let's do it, Paul.
Take your pick, the 8th or the 15th. Paul, let me know. Well, I just let you know. He just said, let me know what date. So the 8th or the 15th, take your pick. Just shoot me a message and we'll get you guys on there as well. Do want to say hey to a few people before we get going. Christy, what's up? Lisa, Zach is in the house. Who else do we got here? Diane. Will is in the house. Diane says, looking good, Matt and Lisa. Cold Words says they'll join us on the 8th. So we'll have Sons on Fire and Cold Words and Varsity on the 8th. So that'll be a good one there as well. So for the next few weeks, we'll be 7 o'clock doing this because we got a lot to do. All right, let's roll into the one and only grudge match. And video number 1 will be the Almas. Video number 2 will be Silent Theory. And let's get it rolling. Here we go.
Through the surface, I can't indulge these urges. Breathe in, make sure I'm always chasing. Breathe in, but it will never let go. You've always been my cage, vicious lover. I start to love the taste, but then it's over. Wanna feel you in my veins, knowing forever and ever. My vicious lover. You're
That is the latest from the Almas. That's called Cage, and they're doing good stuff right now. The hitting the charts, top 40 Billboard, they're top 40 SMR. So good for them, and good stuff from them as well. So that is video number 1. Now, video number 2 is our returning champion, Silent Theory. The song is called Agony. As soon as you see that, you'll start to see a poll pop up on Facebook. You can vote video number 1 or video number 2. If you're on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, put it in the comments, video number 1 or video number 2. We'll keep tally of those. Here is Silent Theory. It is your returning champion on the Grudge match, and you're watching The Sound.
It makes me sick.
happening if all I'm ever given is maybe some commonalities. I won't let you down. Give me just a second, I'm taking it in, imagining that everything I'm gathering, shattering my reality. It's giving me a feeling, its motive is to dismantle me. I won't let you down. I won't let you down. I couldn't take the weight of gravity.
Bud Light, Mitchell Distributing, and the Cannabis Candy Shop and Kratom Store present Rockin the Sound 2023 with Nonpoint. Rockin the Sound 2023 coming to Biloxi March 18th with Nonpoint and Adelita's Way. Rockin the Sound 2023 with Nonpoint, Adelita's Way, Gemini Syndrome, Blacktop Mojo, Any Given Sin, Otherwise, Kingdom Collapse, September Morning, Cold Words, Transient, Suns on Fire, and Falls from Grace. 12 bands, one day. Rockin the Sound 2023 at Point Cadet in Biloxi on March 18th. Get your tickets now at thesound228.com. Being brought to you by Bud Light, Mitchell Distributing, Cannabis Candy Shop, and Kratom. Wake Up Music Rocks, Massive Media, Fuel the Fuel Entertainment, Spade Images, The Cannery Bar and Grill, 434 Management, Raid Booking, and The Sound 228.
Man, that sounds like a killer fucking show.
Yeah,
Right.
It
I would
does.
get tickets if I knew. Where do you get tickets for that show?
Well, let's just throw that up right now. Right across the top,
Yeah.
thesound228.com if you would like to go see that show.
That's right.
Yes.
Tickets
That's
are
right.
available.
And
Yeah.
look, right now, while we got everybody's attention, if you're on a platform that has a share button like Facebook does, could you smash that share button and help us spread the word tonight so more people can join in on the show, hear the interviews that we're about to get into, and know about Rockin the Sound. It's coming up. So we really appreciate it.
Very, very much so. So the only other thing we have to do before we start getting into all the bands tonight is Dusty Grant has a brand new video out, brand new single. And we have the world premiere of the video tonight. And is that our all day tomorrow too?
Yeah, we have the exclusive all day tomorrow.
I might want to get that song loaded in, huh?
Yeah, please do, because I have to post the graphic after we're done.
Yeah. So we will be playing the song all day tomorrow as well. Another one that we will be so tomorrow, Thursday. So another one we'll be playing throughout the day tomorrow is the new Awake at Last also. So we've got a bunch of new stuff coming through. And not only that, but before we get into this video and we're talking about things going on and we're talking about our festival, we do have to mention that once again, the Sound is being involved with the CPR Fest in May. And we are in charge of deciding on the 2 bands that will be playing CPR Fest this year. So if you are in a band and want to submit, all you have to do is download our app, go to the app and find the button that says submit for CPR Fest. Very simple. It takes you to a form. You fill it out. You give us the link for your song, and it's that simple. We're already up to like 20 something bands submitted for 2 spots. So that's how we need to do that with CPR Fest. Those 20 bands will be narrowed down to 10, and then those 10 will be sent off to our judges, which include Oz is doing it, correct?
He's getting back to me as soon
Okay.
as he can. So I've spoke to him. But yeah, he's going to let me know as soon as he can.
So him and LA Lloyd that hosts LA Lloyd's Rock 30, he is going to be one of the judges for the final 10. Chris Dawson will be one of the judges. I'm going to add another judge. I just got to wait to see if a band submits. If a band submits, that judge can't do it. So we just have to, we have to go. Well, the judge can do it if the band doesn't make it to the final 10, but
Right.
we'll just go from there on that. So I do want to make sure that we got that mentioned as well. Let's see. So yeah, somebody said, hey, look, see, got my ticket. Can't wait.
All right.
Yeah,
Diane's still working on. Come on, Diane. Come
yeah,
on.
we've still got to sort out our merch package too once it's all printed and
If
stuff.
she can't come, Kevin, you can just give it to me and I'll bring it back because I'm going to be seeing her at a festival in Pennsylvania. I can give it to her there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sweet.
Yep. Well,
We'll
definitely
get it to you, Diane.
definitely take care of that. So you know what excites me more than seeing the spam from YouTube come through our comments? You know what excites me more?
What? We got
Is
Twitch spam?
seeing the Twitch comments come through.
Oh, I know.
So
Love it.
everybody watching on Twitch, thank you very much for joining us. And I don't know how Twitch works. I really don't. I just know we're live right now. So however you share it out or however you do it on Twitch, please.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that'd be great if you could
And
share it.
those Twitch viewers, keep your eyes on Twitch because we are working on something to get our Twitch channel up.
Pepper wants to know if Lisa cut her hair.
I did not. It's here.
It's blending into your shape.
Where's the scissors at?
Hey, get away from me.
All
And
right.
she
So
comes into your throat.
let's premiere Dusty's video.
Let's
And
do it.
Let's
you
do
guys,
it.
I'm telling you, I honestly did not watch it till I put this together. And
What's good?
he is putting out
Yeah.
killer stuff.
Yeah.
So here is Dusty Grant. Here is the world premiere. Because I only watched it while I was putting it together. Still Sinking. Is that the name of it?
Sinking
further.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
That's why we're here.
close
Yeah.
enough. Yeah. Thank you guys. So Sinking Further, it is the new one from Dusty Grant's the world premiere here on The Sound. Check it out and let us know what you think.
I've got an idea, I'm fleshing it out. They think I don't know what I'm talking about. Watching and pointing fingers, and the bitterness lingers. Your ugliness is really drawing it out.
Rockin the Sound pre-parties happening March 17th at the Cannery Bar and Grill. Kick off the Rockin the Sound weekend with Tantric.
I know the breakdown. Everything is gonna shake now someday. I know the breakdown.
Tantric with Smile Empty Soul.
Do it with the drugs. I do it just to feel alive.
Lines of Loyalty.
I'm not the one. I'm not the one you're looking for.
And the Gulf Coast favorite, Awaken the Giant. It all happens Friday, March 17th, the Rockin' the Sound pre-party at the Cannery Bar and Grill in Biloxi. Tickets on sale now for $20 at thesound228.com. Being brought to you by Herbal Alternatives and the Sound 228. Come enjoy the party and win tickets to Rockin' the Sound March 18th at Point Cadet Plaza in Biloxi.
I don't know what happened. There we go.
That's all right.
I don't know what happened, but
All right, boom, Dusty Grant. Yes, bring in the heavy. I love it.
how about this, Kevin? I see Dusty in the comments.
Yeah,
he is
was.
putting banger after banger out. We need to get him on a sound showdown.
Okay. Well, you don't even have to ask me. Just tell me when he's booked.
We'll sort it.
So yeah, no, absolutely. He's putting out
Dusty, great job, dude. That was a killer song, killer video. So way to way to hit it on both notes.
I know that Dusty's looking to book some shows over the summer. So if anyone's looking for someone to take along, you might want to consider that badass.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Where's our first guest?
They're not backstage.
Great.
That's Joe. Where's Joseph?
It's all good. It's all good. We'll
He
figure it
should
out.
be here.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, you ran into that pre-party commercial right after the video there, which was killer. It's hard like getting the message out that it's like Rockin the Sound is on Saturday, but the pre-party the night before is just going to be as good of a show over at the Cannery in Wool Market, you know?
That's a show in itself. What a lineup.
Yeah. And that commercial didn't even include the two new ones that we added,
right,
with Fire Follow and Horizon Theory, who are going to be out with Tantric and Smile Empty Soul. So it's going to, I just figured out what time we have to be done that night and everything on the outside stage and all that. So we're going to put everything together. But I mean, you're going to have those four bands outside, and then you're going to have Fire Follows and Horizon Theory playing inside. So it's going to be a back and forth. But so Lines of Loyalty kicks it off, and then Awaken the Giant will play. And then when Awaken the Giant plays, Horizon Theory when they're done, Horizon Theory will play inside to kill that space between Awaken the Giant and Smile Empty Soul.
Sure, for such a
Then after Smile Empty Soul will be Fire Follows, and then Tantric. I'm stoked for it, man. I mean, I'm stoked for the whole weekend, but just to be able to put all that together in one weekend.
The Pop Princess is here.
Yep, she's here. She's there. So, hey, y'all.
Hey, from work.
Is it sad that when I see the word y'all in her picture, I can hear her saying y'all in my ear?
We should have Joseph momentarily, I would imagine. I've just messaged him. He confirmed you'd be on tonight, so.
Okay. Oh, no, it's all good. Well, I mean, everybody's confirmed, and I still sweat it.
Yeah.
Right.
Kevin, did you see this from Zach right here? I'll flash it up here. Zach, we should have her name will be on the guest list. So.
Right. She doesn't get a ticket.
Yeah. So we're good.
Diane comes for free. She was the winner of our prize pack.
Right.
Yes.
Yep. One other, not only am I super excited, that whole pre-party, that whole weekend, dear God, like, I don't know how, like, when we're going to sleep.
Probably won't.
We probably won't, but one way or another, we are going to put on one hell of a kick-ass show. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Very true.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good time.
Sleep will probably not happen at
I don't know how I'm going to get to work on Monday. I really don't. I don't know how I'm going to get to work and do math all day Monday. No clue. But
So, I want to show you this while we have some time, while we're filling some time. So if you go to thesound228.com, first, buy your tickets for Rockin the Sound. Second, buy the 4 VIP tickets that are left.
Right.
And then third, buy your pre-party tickets. Then scroll over to the shop and pick up all your Rockin the Sound gear before you get there. The shirts are pre-order, and the cinch the drawstring backpacks, it's easier to say that, are pre-order as well. We will have them on site. If you pre-order them, you'll be able to pick them up on site. If you're not able to make it, we will ship them after Rockin the Sound is over with. But the beanie, the hats, and the visor, you can order those now, and they'll be shipped to you, and you'll have them in time for Rockin the Sound. And the one I'm actually wearing is the prototype, because it doesn't have the horns on it. The one you can buy actually has the horns on it.
We were wondering when we saw you, when we were backstage, we saw you. We're like, where did you get that from?
Yeah.
So,
all right, very nice. So wait, are we going to be selling all that merch at the show, or?
Not at just the shirts and the drawstring backpacks and the lanyards that aren't even pictured there, koozies and all that, but the hats themselves are strictly through the website. Unless we can find a vendor that will do them at a decent price for us, then
Oh, right.
we
Okay.
may have some hats before then. But right now the hats are just strictly on the website. So if you want them to wear them, you got to order them before you get there. Let's see. Diane says, I don't know if I can wait to see till May, Lisa. I can't wait to get.
Oh, hey, if you can't wait till May, girl, we will ship it out to you. Don't you worry.
Yeah, that's easy to fix.
Yeah, I just figured since I was going to see you, you know.
So Seventh Day Slumber is in the backstage area. So we are going to, I'm not sure if they're actually there. Let's see.
Maybe their camera's not on.
Just drop my camera down a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So no, I said Joseph can see your t-shirt.
Hey, Joseph, are you there? All right. We'll wait and see if he pops up. So Zach asked, what's the VIP running again? It's a $60 upgrade for the VIP. And I don't know if I even threw the poster up here the last time we talked about VIP. But you're getting, oh, well, there's Matt.
Yeah.
I guess we'll roll with Matt until Joseph is ready. So let's bring Matt.
Oh, all right.
I gotta do my version of Matt, the other Matt James, and be like, hey, see, Blacktop.
Yeah, it's got to be done.
Matt, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
What is up?
Very good, man. I can't tell you how stoked we are that we're getting you back to Biloxi on the first festival that we put together ourselves. It is exciting to have you guys there.
Man, we're excited to be coming, man. It's a hell of a lineup.
Yeah. It happened pure by accident, but we took it when it ran with it. So, so definitely excited. But not only that, but you guys are getting ready to head out on the Emerald Cities tour with Nonpoint and Sumo Psycho. Now, Sumo Psycho is not part of the festival, but tell us a little bit about the Emerald City tour and how excited you are for that.
Man, we're super excited. We've been off the road for a little while. Guitar player had a baby back in October, so we played a few shows here and there, but we kind of been grounded since then. And it'll be good to get back in the bus for a few weeks and hit the road.
Absolutely. So what are we looking at? I know you guys have been in the studio just recently. When are we looking at some new music from you guys?
Man, we're actually probably 2024, probably be the earliest that we got some new Blacktop Mojo music. We've been working on some other stuff too, but I don't know if I want to talk about that yet.
All right. Keep it close to the chest.
Fair enough.
So some of my favorite tunes, and I love everything that you guys have ever put out, but some of my favorite ones are the covers you guys have done, like My Girl and all of that. How do you make a decision on, hey, we're going to cover this song?
Man, they've all kind of been spur of the moment decisions. The My Girl thing was, I was having a really bad day. Got in an argument with my ex-girlfriend. We were on the road. I was somewhere we were in New Jersey or something like that. I walked in the bar. I was in a really, really shitty, bad mood. And My Girl by the Temptations comes on the jukebox. And you know how it's like, it's one of the happiest songs in the world. It's just,
right.
Yeah.
Old Motown. And it hit me all the wrong way. And I was like, I'm not feeling this song right now.
Oh, damn.
And so I went out to the bus and I just had the idea. I rewrote all the words to the song to where they were just sad. And I walked in, the cat was having smoke in the trailer, and I walked back to the trailer and I was like, Cat, can you do My Girl by the Temptations in a minor key? And he was like, yeah, man, I got you. So I picked up a guitar and he learned it. And we ended up playing that version on stage that night at the show. And
wow.
It went good. It went well.
Yeah.
Like, people seemed to dig it. And so we kept doing it every night. And then when we got back, we were like, man, we got to do like a big full production version of this. It'd be cool.
Oh, it came out. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Absolutely fantastic. So
I haven't stopped talking about that show that y'all played. If you remember, in Woolmarket at the Cannery, the last time y'all were down here on the coast.
Yeah,
I've told every single person that I know in that genre of music, like when they come back, you have to come check these guys out. Y'all blew me away live, man. It was something to see.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, that was fun, man. That was a little that courtyard stage, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, that was legit.
And I will say this: somebody just commented that Blacktop Mojo is very underrated. I can't agree more, and
Yeah.
I don't I see it all the time with you guys of why aren't mainstream rock stations hopping on the train? And I kind of work for a mainstream rock station, and I don't get it. I would be banging the shit out of your stuff.
Well,
And
I appreciate
just
You are.
don't get it. Well, yeah, I am, but
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. We did a few radio songs. Been around all the stations, did the radio tour type of thing, and it went really well. We met a lot of cool PDs and DJs and everything. And there's a few of them out there that still play our music all the time and stuff. So I mean, it wasn't all for nothing. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just the nature of the beast, man. You know, I mean, most rock radio stations nowadays they're owned by bigger companies and stuff, and they get kind of told what to play and everything. So
did you see that eye roll go across?
yeah,
Yeah. He knows. It does seem like that. It's more about the club. Like if you're in the club or outside of the club versus what's the new music that's good that's out there. You know what I mean? It's not music based. I don't know.
Yeah. There's still a lot of good shit out there though, man. That's the thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's true too.
Yeah. A lot of good rock stations out there still. People need to support, but
Oh no, absolutely. I'm not saying rock radio is horrible. There's a ton of good rock stations out there, and
my dog.
that's our,
He agrees.
our dog's in here too, and I've been kind of trying to make sure he doesn't bark or anything. But anyways, but it's oh, all right. There's only 3 VIP tickets left.
Okay.
So you guys, but what I'm saying is you guys have hit the festivals. Last year you were at Blue Ridge, and Blue Ridge sticks out to me. I know you guys did a couple more than that. I think you did Rockfest too.
Yeah, I think we did Rockfest last year, and Welcome to Rockville. And, yeah.
And it's just
Thank you. Can't remember.
I truly feel that you guys are probably not the most, but one of the most underappreciated, underrated bands out there. Because when you see
100%.
Jared was the one that turned me on to you guys. And then when we saw you live at the Cannery, that was it. I was hooked.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the second row screaming like a little girl. I loved it. It was fun.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it last time he was on. It was the Aerosmith cover that came through my Spotify playlist. We talked about it last time, and I was like, no way they're pulling this off. And they did. So then I went into the record, and then the rest is here we are. So, but yeah, the Cannery show. I hope people are listening on the live right now. It's one good thing to be good on a recording. That's cool, right? But if you can pull it off live and then pull it off live, where like for me, like I said, I walked away being like, gosh, damn it, son. You know, and that was the vibe after leaving. So it's gonna. I know y'all gonna do the same thing March 18th. So I'm looking forward to it again.
Man, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
got a lot of friends out there, man. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, we had people for that show in One Market that had driven from Louisiana, like crazy places, distances to come see just y'all at that little bitty bar. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, man. For some reason, Louisiana gets the shaft. They never seem to send us to Louisiana. We've only been there a few times, but
yeah, it's a great state. So, have you seen pictures of where y'all are going to be playing, Kevin? Well, it's the background, I guess, but we're going to be right against the bay there in Biloxi. So the water's going to be behind us.
Here, I'll do this. I'll do this. I took it. Hold on, Jared. I'll just relax for a minute. We're down to hold on. I'm gonna leave just you in, Matt.
all right.
So that's the venue.
That's awesome. We're gonna party on the beach, son.
Oh no, there ain't no doubt about it. It is right on the water, right there on the corner. I mean, Biloxi, Ocean Springs on the other side. Got casinos all around us. So it's gonna be
with a good time.
blast.
Yeah, that's it. So
I'm gonna be rolling some craps for sure.
There you go.
I got one to show you guys real quick. Look at this. coming to Biloxi from Northern Indiana, 11 of us on a bus.
Wow.
Got our VIPs and counting down the days.
Let's go.
Ryan,
That's
if you don't come
I
up to
love.
us and speak to us, my feelings are gonna be hurt.
Jared, if you don't make this one happen, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in
Right. I
trouble.
was just going to say, I saw,
Jared's wife wants an autograph.
Yeah, the wife wants an autograph. I gotta make
Yeah,
that happen.
Hell
So
yeah.
then driving in from Connecticut.
Damn.
So yeah, I mean, there's some.
Let's go.
We've got some travelers coming in, and I like it.
Traveling.
So
Well,
I
I'm
can't.
really excited to see them a week before at 4 Mile 4 Car Times Cafe in Fredericksburg. So not only do I get to
Awesome,
see them
dude.
in Fredericksburg, but then I get to fly down and see them again.
Yeah.
I'm so
I think
excited.
I think that show's sold out already.
It is sold out. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a good time, son.
Oh, it's going to be a really good time.
Yeah.
Flying in from Texas.
Very excited.
Let's
Damn.
go.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
some travelers.
And then you can get off the stage and fish if you have a rod and reel.
That's true too.
Actually,
I'm
where
a-
the backstage 10 is going to be, you can literally walk probably 20 steps and throw a line in the
to
water.
be fair,
I'm
I could
definitely-
see Matt on stage singing with a fishing rod in his hand.
Oh, you already know.
We can make it happen because where the stage is, if you turn around backwards, you're only like 30 feet from the water.
That's
we gotta
it.
catch something during our set, man. That's
Wow, this is good, guys. Lubbock flying down from Pittsburgh for it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Melissa Carpenter's coming.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
She's
yeah.
my girl. I'm so excited.
And this one, Ryan says Mojo and Nonpoint both know us from Summerfest.
Yeah.
So
All right.
that's who's coming down. So after what is there anything after the Emerald Cities tour that you know of?
Yeah, we'll be on in the studio pretty shortly after that, into April. So we'll be off for a little bit, and then we're starting to book up some dates in the summer. We got some festivals here and there. I know we got a big one in Minnesota. We're coming back to the bike rally up there in Indiana.
Nice. Heck yeah. Pepper
Can't
said
remember, but
coming from
all over
South
all over the Midwest for sure.
Sweet. So go ahead, Jared.
No, I didn't say anything.
It's actually
That was
Matt.
me. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
I'm just excited to see what's going to come for these guys. You know,
Yeah.
it's since I discovered them via the sound with Wicked Woman. I'm just like Matt's vocals are insane.
They
Let's
are.
be honest,
Thanks,
and I'm just excited to see what they're going to bring to the table coming into the with the touring this year, and obviously says New Music 2024. I'm here for it.
So Matt James, meet Matt James.
Right.
I was going to say what we're going to do with Two Matt James.
Let's go.
Our Matt James is actually in the UK right now. It's 2:00 in the morning where he's at. So
Oh, wow.
It is.
Yeah.
It is 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
you guys are
getting-
troopers,
I'm getting
man.
better at this time frame stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's all good.
all right, Matt, if anybody was trying to find Blacktop Mojo, where would they find him at?
blacktopmojo.com. We got all our links and stuff up there. Tour dates for the Emerald Cities tour are up there, blacktopmojo.com/tour. You get tickets. I think each band's doing a meet and greet of their own too, so you can get those on there. At Blacktop Mojo on all the socials. So
Blacktop Mojo's doing meet and greets on the Emerald City store.
yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
You might see a familiar face
Yeah,
pop in there.
Notes.
The gears turning.
Right. I mean, not like I'm not going to meet them anyway the following weekend, but why not?
Also
Yeah.
true. Also true.
So Christy says, let's see if we can get a Houston date for Blacktop Mojo.
We'll actually be coming to Houston on the Emerald Cities tour. So March 24th we'll be in Houston. So
There you go.
And she's going to be with us March 18th. Then she can go over there and watch it again.
yeah,
on
and come
March
party on the
24th.
beach, and then next week we'll hit it again.
There you go.
in H-Town.
That's a Friday night too. I wouldn't mind going over there for that.
Come on. It ain't that far.
No, it's really not.
No.
No, it's really not. All right.
Road trip.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Cannot wait to see you March 18th. I'd love to say come on to the pre-party, but you guys are in Atlanta the night before. So
Bit of a
absolutely
drive.
cannot wait to see you guys live on this bigger stage.
I can't wait either, man.
All right, Matt. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
One of
All
my
right.
all-time favorite bands now.
Yeah.
What a
Dude,
dude.
everything they put out is just
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
He did
Speaking of new bands that I really, really, really like.
Oh,
Well, not new band. They've been around for a while.
they've been around for a minute.
But-
Yeah.
Yep. New to us, new to you.
New to the name is not new to me. The music is new to me.
Okay,
So-
well, that's what's important.
Seventh Day
Dude, I
Slumber
want to tilt the camera back down, Matt.
Yeah, let's
in the house.
Joseph's got to see that.
Joseph!
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey, we got
Everybody
everybody.
doing good?
Yeah, man. How are y'all doing
good.
tonight?
Doing good, man.
So I'll start this off by saying I am super jealous that I am not you guys because I'm a huge Fozzy Chris Jericho fan.
I'm going to that show.
Shut up. So
Baltimore.
long story short, back in the day when Fozzy went on a European tour, there used to be a band called Uncrowned out of Atlanta. Their bass player was the tour bass player when they went to Europe one time. And I texted him like, can you give me something for Chris Jericho? He's like, Kevin, I can't even believe you fucking asked me that. He's like, I'm not asking Chris Jericho for an autograph. I'm like, just have him sign something and throw it back. He's like, no, I'm not doing it.
Dude, I've had so many people ask me, hey, dude, I mean, I know you're going to see him back there, man. Just get him to sign something, get him to like,
no.
I got people close to me asking that. And I'm like, dude, I don't care how close we are. I'm not going to embarrass myself like that, dude. I'm just thinking. It's funny though, man, because I didn't know how big Chris Jericho was, because I'm not and that's no disrespect at all.
No, absolutely.
I just didn't watch a lot of wrestling back in the early days. I did, but I that was old school wrestling, man.
Hogan, Andre the Giant.
That stuff.
They like to call Chris Jericho the Ocho.
Oh yeah,
8-time champion.
Yeah, no, I know, dude. I know now. Like, if you don't know, now you know. They say you better learn. And so, dude, I was like, man, I just knew Fozzy because they get played. You see their videos and get played, and some friends of mine that shot videos for them and done work with them. Photography and things like that. And plus, I really like the song Judas a lot. And so I like a lot of Fozzy songs, but. I love that song. And so anyway, I didn't realize exactly how big Chris Jericho was until we got on this tour. And I was like, man, well, actually a band called the GFM Band, which is on Rockfest Records as well as us. They were on tour.
Trust me, we are big GFM fans here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. Awesome. Yeah. Well, they were on that tour. And that's Blaze and Weston were produced their last album, their last EP, the GFM Band's last EP, Framing My Perception. So Blaze was actually on that tour. This is Blaze right here. And Blaze plays drums. Weston plays guitar for Seventh Day Slumber. But he was actually on that tour, and he was like, he's huge, man. He's not just big in a band, Fozzy. He's huge, dude. Like, huge.
Yeah,
so
All over the world.
he is literally worldwide. He does his own damn cruise.
Yeah.
He does a Chris Jericho wrestling cruise, and Fozzy plays on it, and they have all the big wrestlers there during the cruise. Just kind of a wrestling version of Shiprocked. If for everybody who's familiar with Shiprocked, it's a wrestling version of that. And I'm a huge wrestling fan. So if you've ever seen AEW with Chris Jericho, and I'm going to get off the Chris Jericho band here at Wagon here in just a second. But if you ever watch him, they play Judas as his walkout music. Yep. The crowd goes absolute. They turn the music off,
and the crowd,
thousands of people just singing Judas. And it's just amazing. But the whole point is you guys are going out on tour with them, and you've gone out with them last year as well, correct?
We were on that tour last year, and Chris Jericho ended up hurting his larynx. Yes. And so it got moved to now, and we ended up going out with Saliva instead, which that was a solid run. We had a great time with those dudes in Saliva, and we saw Lisa there, and we had a great time on that. But so it got moved to this year, and we leave in about 4 weeks, maybe.
almost a month to the day.
Yeah, almost a month to the day.
What's funny is originally they asked us to push the date of Rockin the Sound back 1 week so Fozzy could be the headliner for Rockin the Sound.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say
But-
that was our first target.
Yeah, I mean, Fozzy was one of the first ones we went after. We thought we were going to get him, and then Chris's schedule didn't match up. So they
Yeah.
asked us to push it back a week, but we had already had the venue and we'd already laid down the deposit on the venue, so we had to stick with the date we had. So we missed out on that one. So tell me, give me, for those that don't know, give us a little rundown of Seventh Day Slumber from the beginnings to where you're at now.
So Seventh Day Slumber has actually been around over 20 years. And my son, this is my son, Blaze. He's actually the drummer for this band. Our drummer was his drum teacher. And so, and Weston's from my hometown of Victoria. But we've been around a while, and a lot of people know us kind of like in the Christian rock industry.
That's where I knew the name from.
Yeah. And, you know, we've had a couple of crossover songs, you know, that did well on rock radio. And we were with Warner Brothers and, well, Word Entertainment and Warner Brothers at the same time. So we had the Christian and the general market side of it. And that was years ago. And then we focused a lot just doing a lot of family-friendly venues, kind of, I guess. You know, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that, because a lot of Christian bands play bars, clubs, and that kind of stuff. But for me, dude, I was a drug addict, man. I grew up without a dad. I was looking at 10 years in federal prison my last time down. This is before I had my kids. So for me, when everything changed, you know, and I had an encounter with God. I'm not getting preachy on your show. I'm just telling you what it is.
Keep going. Keep going. Yeah.
You know, for me, I had an encounter with God, man. And in the back of an ambulance after a suicide attempt, my mom was the one that walked in and found me, you know, and called the paramedics. And I really believe God used those paramedics. Shout out to all of our, you know, all the paramedics out there and firefighters and all the first responders, man. But God used them to save my life in the back of an ambulance. And so for me, that was the beginning of that change. And I at that time, I had a $400 a day cocaine addiction. I was looking at 10 years that time down. I'd been locked up from Texas to California. No hope, dude. I didn't even want to live. I didn't care anymore. But that began this change. And so fast forward to things started, you know, changing in my life. I started going to church. I started getting around people that not the super judgy kind, but people that just took me as I am, dude. And even when I relapsed again, or even when I'd mess up, they didn't judge me and be like, "You're not really a Christian" or whatever. They just know that life hurts sometimes, man. And it doesn't matter, you know, if you believe in God or not. Life hurts, man, sometimes. So anyway, but this big change happened to me, and you know, it was Jesus for me, you know, and so anyway, but then I met my wife, Lori. We just celebrated 23 years of marriage. And, but I met my wife, Lori. It's an amazing woman. We had 3 kids. And so Seventh Day Slumber was formed. And I grew up, I listened to like Rage and Metallica and Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden. Like those were my bands, man, all those bands. And so I still love that edge and that, I guess, you know, you could say angst, man. I loved it. And it was a way for me to get stuff out. But at the same time, after I started having kids, early on in Seventh Day Slumber, we were playing clubs, we were playing bars, we were, you know, out there and, you know, putting on a solid show, but also being around for anybody that needed to talk. And then there were a lot of like cool Christian people that said, "Hey, dude, we could do something in the park, or we could rent out the Civic Center, or we can do." So we started doing a lot of family-friendly venues as well as churches, you know. And then we had a lot of offers to play like clubs and stuff. But for me, with having my kids, I I wanted to be there for them because I didn't have a dad growing up. So my kids toured with me, and I didn't want them in the clubs, and I didn't want them in the bars while I was playing and that kind of stuff. So that's what happened. Now my kids are older, you know. Blaze is 21. I've got a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old. And another thing, and I'll wrap this part of it, but another thing is that I don't feel, and somebody said, man, you guys have kind of left the church. Y'all over the past year and a half, y'all been doing all this, or the past year, y'all been doing all this like general market stuff and whatever. And I'll say this, man, and I'm gonna be honest, we didn't leave the church, man. I feel like the church left us. Dude, it used to be where they were reaching out to the people that were struggling, that were hurting. They were giving, they were giving a helping hand. And it seemed like that kind of changed. And so for us now, my kids are old enough, I'll just go where people need it. I mean, our suicide rate is through the roof. We've got so much going on, man. So once again, I'm not trying to get preachy. I feel like our music speaks for itself. I feel like and I'm not being cocky or that stuff. I feel like the band makes good music, and it's not just good for a Christian band. We got a lot of fans that don't even believe in God. So now we're at a place where this new music, writing with my son and writing with Weston, is just a game changer, from our Death by Admiration album to this new Surviving the Wasteland. And then we have a new album coming out this year called Feasting on Vultures.
Nice.
I like it. Yeah, the Death by Admiration was the first, those songs were the first ones that started kind of getting in my ear. And Kevin and I were talking. I didn't know the whole Christian backstory. So I went on YouTube, watched a bunch of the shows that y'all had played. I guess like kind of looked like maybe they were, I don't know if they were in a church or part of some type of retreat, but you could definitely tell there was a Christian, vibe there, which I thought was great. It was cool. What I liked about the Death by Admiration songs is you can hear the message in the lyrics when you look into it, or you pay attention, but you could take it a different way as well. Like there's a lot of interpretation, which to me is important in music. Sometimes if it's too straightforward, no matter what the topic, it just loses a little bit of the luster for me. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
But the song Halos, man, y'all, that is one of my, that song hit home at the right time in my life, or you could say the wrong time. Having just lost a family member a few months back. And then the video, the concept of the video with I guess we're like kind of like, was it goodbye notes or what I would have said notes, or what I wanted to say to you notes? That one, y'all did a good job there, is all I can say.
Man, I appreciate that. Weston, actually, our guitar player, Weston, he came to me and Blaze, and we needed one more song to finish up the Death by Admiration album, and we wanted it to be something meaningful, but we were like racking our brain, and anyway, he said, dude, something's been weighing on me that I haven't told y'all, and he said, man, and I wrote some music. I didn't write any lyrics or anything, but I wrote some music that fits the vibe of my emotion. And he said, dude, Joe Verdine, who's this guy, huge fan of our band for years, loves our band. He's a biker dude, man, just loves our band. But anyway, he's always at all the shows in Louisiana, man, and his, the crew is. But anyway, he ended up passing away suddenly. But anyway, he just a few days before he passed away, he wrote Weston and said, hey, man, could you write me back? Need to talk. And Weston said, man, I put it off. And just like a day or two later, he died. And dude, I've lived with that. And yeah, I mean, anything you want to add to that, Weston?
No, it's just he sent me a message over Christmas, and he's like, hey man, how you doing? Want to get back with you, whatever. And like, I was just like, oh, that's Joe. I'll talk to him later. It's just, I got time, and then wasn't too much longer after that. Then I saw, I woke up to Facebook and people messaging me, and he had passed, and it was just, that's a weight I've never carried before, and that was earlier in the year. And, I haven't told anybody about that. We didn't write Halos until like October, you know what I mean? Or something like that. So I think we were, like, as Joe mentioned, we were finishing up the album, and I was like, talking about things you want to write about, and I was like, well, this is something I've been struggling with, and then I guess it just move forward from there.
Yeah, I had and I was like, man, it's crazy because I just had a friend who my wife and I have known her for years. We've helped her. She's a friend who struggled a lot, but when she was 12 years old, she came to one of our concerts. She was cutting every day, and she was talking about suicide every day, and I'm like, man, she's 12, like my kid's age at the time or whatever. But anyway, she had she ended up coming to our concert, and she changed her life. Like she came, and she's like, I want to know the God that you're talking about. And she ended up becoming a Christian, and she started this big, huge ministry, and people were tattooing tattooing her ministry on their arms and everywhere, man. And she started this huge ministry. I would talk to her all the time. Anyway, she ended up falling back into some drugs and back into a dark time. And I was talking with her about it, and my wife and I doing what we could to help. But anyway, she called me one night, and she told me she was going to take her life. And I was like, no, you got to stay strong. And I spent like an hour or two on the phone, my wife and I, and she hung up on me. And so I ended up, I'm from the streets, so I did something I never do, and I called the cops. You know what I mean? And so I called the cops to go do a welfare check, and she was super, super mad at me, dude. She called, cussed me out, like said things that hurt me emotionally, man. When somebody like us, I don't even know.
Deep.
Oh, your music sucks. Like what? Oh my God. No. But no, so she but cussed me out, said all kinds of crazy stuff. And then a few days later, or not too long after that, she texts and she's like, hey, I need to talk. And I said, dude, I'm not doing this. I told my wife, I'm not doing this, man. I've done it for years. Well, she took her life. And I still have the message on my phone. It says, could you please text me? So I know this is real heavy right now for the listeners, and I want you to know that when you come to a Seventh Day Slumber concert, it's not just going to be all about suicide and death and all of that, or even preachy, like on like I said, we just got off tour with Saliva. We're not going to be doing altar calls on the stage. We're just around. Well, at least you were there. Like, I'll share a little bit, and then we're just hanging out if anybody needs to talk. I believe that's how you speak into people's lives, is sometimes not saying a word, just being there for them. Right. But anyway, so that's the deal, man. We decided to write that song, and then we opened it up, as you said, the video. We decided, what would be cool? There are a lot of people that are struggling with guilt, like they wish they could have made the call, should have spent more time, all the shoulda, woulda, couldas that we were dealing with. And we're like, dude, what if we just made this video less about us doing a performance piece and made it about those people to get some kind of relief, man, some kind of healing. And so we had them send us a picture of their loved ones, and if they had just a moment left, what would they say to them? And that's what Halo's video is. It's the picture of their loved ones and what they would have said. And man, it's hard for me to watch that. We had to make an extended version of it that we just put up, but because there were so many that came in.
Yeah, that's just a great concept, a great way to like tie in the meaning to the meaning of the song to the video, because a lot of videos, you can fall into this, like they get, well, okay, we've seen that, we've seen this, we've seen that. That was, to me, a really refreshing idea. And I enjoyed the hell out of it. So I wanted to say to Denny, thanks for sharing that, man. We hate to hear that you lost your wife and then y'all's only son. That's tragic, man. Life can get real quick. I've said that before.
It's like Joseph was saying, it's heavy, but this needs to be spoken about, man. One thing I love about Joseph is he's open, he's real, he's honest. His music is open, it's real, it's honest. And subjects that they touch on, like the mental health, the suicide and stuff like that. Like, I feel in this particular genre, everyone's been rejected by society in one way or another.
Right.
So we need to talk about it.
Right. Yeah. And let me also just say that when you go to a Seventh Day Slumber show, it is not an altar call. It is a huge screens and videos and lyrics. so you can sing along, and it's about positivity.
The merch says it all.
And
There you
joy.
go.
Yeah, they've got great merch. It's a really, really good time. They put on a great performance. Joseph has a beautiful voice. And speaking of that voice, you just released a new single.
Yeah.
About a week or so ago, called Surviving the Wasteland. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, Surviving the Wasteland. Blaze, Weston, and Kellen McGregor from Memphis Mayfire, the guitar player from Memphis Mayfire, and I all wrote that song. But they came up with the music and then brought it to me, and I was like, man, I don't know what to do with this exactly, because it was just it was kind of confusing to me because it has some intricate parts, and dude, but I loved it. And so then we got into the studio with Kellen McGregor, and he started chopping some stuff up, playing some stuff, doing some things, and we had this cool song. And then we started working on melodies and stuff, but we needed to have an idea of what it was going to be about. And so we just our country, the way it looks right now, just seems like we've been touring nonstop. And so we're in all the major cities and the rural communities. And it's like, man, there's so much. It looks like a wasteland, man. That's all I can say. You got people strung out, man. You got people fentanyl deaths are through the roof. If I hear one more parent come to me and say, my son or daughter loved your band, but unfortunately they lost their battle to, with drugs or accidental, took a pill one time and they're not here no more. Like, dude, just so many of those stories. And so it's tough because you don't want to just write about death all the time, or we don't just write about death. We always put some kind of like hope at the, in there somewhere, just to let people know you don't have to live life like that. A lot of people are living life like that, but you don't have to, man. I mean, I'm living proof of that. I went from having a $400 a day cocaine addiction, in and out of jails, institutions, looking at prison, to no dad, raised by a single mom in the hood, dude, no money, nothing, to now being married to a beautiful, amazing woman who's my best friend in the world, 23 years, to having 3 sons that look up to their dad, and one plays in a band and now is writing the actual good songs of Seventh Day Slumber. Got 20 years, and then now we got some good songs, because these dudes are writing it. But it's not just, I wasn't just a lucky one that God picked. Like, dude, there's hope for all of us, man. But it's important that we write about those things and we talk about those things. And you run the risk of them, oh man, they're always just, it sounds so depressing, because they're talking about death or whatever. But dude, it has to be talked about. And so Surviving the Wasteland, that's what it's about. It's about kind of our fentanyl crisis and kind of the zombie land that we have right now. We got to reach out to our young people, but it's not just young people that are struggling, man.
Yeah.
No. I've got a question for Joseph, touching on what you just spoke about. So we've just heard about you going through your struggles when you were younger, and obviously, federal prisons and stuff and the drugs. What's it like for you, not only being able to share what you love with your son, but being able to write and perform with him on stage?
Man, I've tried to put it into words, dude. I can't. It's a trip, dude. That's all when I look back and I see him behind me and he's got his red hair shaking, not his natural hair color, by the way. You know what I mean? And he's like shaking, dude, and like rocking out, and he's on beat and like is a way better musician than I'll ever be and was ever. It's and I'm thinking, not only do I get this opportunity to play with my son, but he's better than me. And I don't just mean as a musician. I mean, my kids are better than me, and that's what I want. I mean, I want to be the best I can for them as a dad, but man, to see that my kids respect me, they looked up to me and they look up to their mom, but they're better than me. That's what I want. That's what I'm trying to break, that mold, of like, of my life and where I was at. But it's a trip, man. I don't know if you feel the same.
Love
way.
it. Love
Yeah, and they're nice kids too.
Right.
They're really nice kids. You meet them, they're super nice kids.
Blaze, how you feel about getting to play with me, man? It's your superstar dad, the most handsome guy around.
Really good, true descriptors. It's really awesome. It's kind of like what he said. You grow up and you see your dad playing on stage your whole life. Because me and my two brothers grew up on a tour bus, and so you see your dad playing on stage every night and singing these songs and talking to people after the shows and people asking him to pray for them or just be there to listen to things that they're going through. And now I'm kind of stepping into the role where I'm also doing that with him. I'm at the merch table with him after playing a concert, and there's people coming up and talking to us, asking him for prayer and saying, hey, can you listen to this or give me advice on this? And while he's talking to somebody, someone comes up and talks to me, and it's just crazy. It's really cool seeing it and growing up around it and then becoming a part of it. It's crazy. It's really awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's wild, man. We've done a lot of events. Like I said, a lot of your viewers and listeners and stuff, like they're hearing Seventh Day Slumber going, man, this, it's pretty cool, this band or whatever. But we have been around for a long time. And, when he says he grew up in tour buses, in the Christian market, on the Christian rock side of it, Seventh Day Slumber, is a well-known band. But when you go here onto this side of it, now we're starting to get known, obviously. And like you said, a lot of people know our name, but they just see us as like, oh, that's a Christian rock band because, it's what we've primarily done. But I would encourage the viewers right now, even if you're not a Christian, if you're like, dude, I don't want nothing to do with that, dude, that's cool. I would just encourage you to check out our music. Like I want the opportunity to earn a friendship with you, man. Or, if you don't like it, cool. I get it, dude. And that's fine. But I just want the opportunity to earn a friendship and earn a, new SD
music junkie. Yeah.
It's not Bible thumping music. It's not. It's completely rock. It's completely relatable. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian, if you're a Jew, if you're an atheist. I don't care what you are. It's completely relatable. It's definitely not a come to Jesus type of vibe. I mean, it is if it can be for you, but that's not what it sounds like if you're in a non-secular environment, in a secular environment. So go see Seventh Day Slumber. Their tour with Fozzy starts on March 23rd.
Right.
You're going everywhere.
So I want to dig into another side real quick. So Jared might be familiar with the band Relent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Magdalene Rose or GFM.
Yeah.
They are on Rockfest Records as
Right.
well as other artists. Tell us about Rockfest Records.
Yeah.
Because you are Rockfest Records.
Well, yeah, I mean, I started Rockfest Records. My partner Jenna and my wife, she's our business partner, but she's a really good friend, and we had this vision of having this label that was giving bands an opportunity that maybe other labels weren't. And it started because Seventh Day Slumber's been with EMI Capital for years. And we were actually with Tooth and Nail, which was owned by EMI. And then we were with Tooth and Nail for 12 years. And then EMI bought us out of that contract. And then EMI got bought by Capital, and Capital was bought by Universal. So now we're with Universal Capital, but we finished our last record, and I've spent years not owning my own masters. Right. And so that's a common problem. There's probably bands watching right now, and they, it's just a common thing. And it's not necessarily a problem if, I will say being on a label did a lot for us. And I know that bands hate to hear that right now, but being on a label, I gave us a lot of opportunities, and there's ups and downs. But we finished our last record. We were getting ready to move on, and Capital said, well, hold on. We still want to do something with you. And I said, well, listen, I love the staff. I just want to do things on my own. And so they gave me a distribution deal. They didn't just hand it to me. I mean, there's a lot to it. But we started Rockfest Records, distributed by Universal Capital. And and so I signed Relent. I signed GFM, which now they're disbanded, but Maggie, the lead singer of the band, has got her a new project, which you guys, I can't wait for you to hear it. It's hardcore. It's being mixed and mastered by Jeff Dunn, Motionless in White, Wage War, all that. But anyway, the Protest is on our label, The Letter Black, and a new band that we just released, which is doing really, really well right now, called World Gone Cold. I
was going to say, tell the story of that one.
Yeah, so that's members of. Well, you have Trey from POD. You have Mark Anthony from The Letter Black. You have Rylan from Attack and Inhale Exhale. Yogi from Demon Hunter, and then Andrew from Disciple. And they got together. Mark Anthony started, the dude from Letter Black started talking with Yogi from Demon Hunter, and they were like, man, we've got some music. And Mark Anthony had been writing some music, and he let Yogi hear it. Then he let Rylan hear it, and Rylan was like, dude, we should do something with this. So they all got together, and they reached out to Andrew, and it was quick how it happened. And they started writing music together, and then they reached out to me because The Letter Black is on my record label. And so they reached out to me and said, hey, listen, we've got this band no one knows about because we haven't done anything, but it's only been like 4 months old and we're starting to write. Would you be willing to hear some of the music? And their manager reached out to me and said, well, I'd love to work with Rockfest. We love what you did with The Letter Black. And hey, what's up, Tim Hudson? But anyway, and so so we signed World Gone Cold. And they went in the studio, finished up their record. We also worked with Jeff Dunn. He mixed it and mastered it, and we've put it out, and it's crazy. Their first show, we actually get to play their first show with them, at this throwdown at the campground.
Yep.
And they'll be playing there, and that'll be the release date of their album for their World Gone Cold release. So, yeah, it's wild, man. We have
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You got your hands full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Magdalene Rose is actually here. She's recording. We just finished recording her single. She was on tour with us for just a small 2-week run, and then she'll be out with us again right after the Fozzy tour. We're heading out to the West Coast on our Surviving the Wasteland tour. But she's actually here in the next room recording with these guys. Are recording her, producing her new album. So
that's awesome.
I'm gonna hit you up because I want to get they've been on the show. We did a show with them where they were the headliners of it. I'd love to get her back on the show to talk about the solo stuff and all that kind of stuff.
Done and done, brother.
I'll hit you up on it. I think that's all I had. Oh no, I don't. Wait. I can't give the full details because we're not announcing full details until Rockin the Sound. But put July 22nd on your calendar.
Yeah,
we'll let you know that Seventh Day Slumber will be a part of whatever's happening July 22nd.
There you go.
In Ocean Springs.
Ocean Springs.
Oh, that's close. You get close enough.
Gotta catch another flight.
Yeah. I want to shout out to all of your viewers and listeners, man. Like, I appreciate you guys being here and all the support you give to the sound. The Sapound is the new name now.
We just changed it.
You heard it here first. The Sapound.
We just got to throw a P in there. We're good.
Because they're pounding the sound, dude. No, but to all of the viewers and listeners that show love and support to the sound, man, the sound is giving opportunities to bands that a lot of people don't give these bands. And even with 7 Day Slumber, we've been around for a long time, but in that Christian side of it. And so to have an opportunity like this, and you guys have been supporting us before this, but I just appreciate all the listeners and the viewers and what it means, to support the sound and to continue to keep helping them to do what they do, because it helps us.
Gotta give the
That's
people the new rock, the really, really great new rock, and you are definitely part of that equation.
Right.
So we are just so pleased to have you on the show, and I can't wait to see you in Baltimore.
Let's do it.
You are more than welcome back on the show anytime you want. If you want something you want to promote, I mean,
Let us know.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
if you've got new merch and you just want to talk about new merch, you can come on the show and talk about new merch.
I got
Yeah.
some cool stuff that I definitely want to do. And Lisa, I think that Lori sent you a song. It has not been released yet, and it's the title track to our new record that's coming out, Feasting on Vultures. It's just demo though. It's a demo,
I don't care.
It's something that I want. We can, since it's not in the capital like portal.
Umbrella? Okay.
Yeah, it won't shut down your live feed. So we could maybe come back on here, and I would love to let the listeners, because now it won't shut down your feed until we upload it to the Capitol portal. But I would love for them to hear some of our new stuff and maybe even help them pick a few songs that would make the record. That could be a cool thing.
Done.
Yeah. Done.
That's done.
Like I said, you just got to tell me when to show up.
Let's make it happen. I'll have our tour manager reach out, and she's also my manager and my wife and my mom. So
I'm gonna tell you what, Lori's been a pleasure to deal with.
yeah,
She makes everything so much easier.
she does, man. And but I'll have Lori work it out. But I think that'd be really cool, and I'd love to do it on the sound with you guys. You guys
Do
are
it.
amazing.
Done deal.
Done.
We'll sort dates.
Yeah.
We will definitely do that. Oh, somebody says Surviving the Wasteland's what I was banging on the ride home.
There you
That's
go.
I
right.
love it.
Darn right, Tim. Tell him.
Tim Hudson, he's a
Yes.
diehard.
He's a
SDS
diehard.
fan.
Yeah, diehard SDS fan.
Damn, my dude.
Yeah.
Guys,
Where can you find
tell
your-
us how we can find Seventh Day Slumber.
There we
anyway.
go.
Yeah, you can just go to seventhDaySlumber.com. It's spelt out SEVENTH. seventhDaySlumber.com, and all of our information's up there. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, Twitter. It's really us that writes you back. So when you get a message, someone asked me that today. Is this really you guys writing us back? Yep, it's us. We love you. And you matter to us. So hit us up.
Awesome.
There you go. There you go. Thank you for your time tonight, man. And keep
Always
keep
such a
putting out the
pleasure
tunes.
speaking with you. Always.
Yeah.
Keep
Thank
us-
you guys so
keep us
much.
posted, and I'll hit you up about Maggie.
Let's do it, man.
Do it.
All right, cool.
All right.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
guys.
Thanks for your time,
Thank you.
guys. Appreciate you.
So, not gonna lie here.
Yeah.
I've sent emails and I've sent Facebook messages and all that. We're probably Elias ain't gonna be on tonight.
Yeah, I never noticed him backstage. So I was like,
Yeah,
that's
so we'll just I'll get him to reschedule. We'll have him on before we may just have some really super packed shows coming up.
Oh my God. It's going to be like 2.5 hour show. I'm like
Yeah.
trying to figure out in my
Yeah.
head.
It's crazy. Well, yeah.
But it's all good. We understand. We know how things work.
Right.
Oh, it's just
Um,
the way it is.
So before we sign off, I want to say thank you to our food vendors that are going to be out there for Rockin the Sound. Grill Master Smoke and Soul Barbecue, keeping it tasty, meatballs, Noni's Icebox, Granny's Delicious Hot Dogs, and the Butcher on Tucker. But the one we lost, we did lose one because the food trailer got wrecked, so that they were unable to do it. Yeah, they actually had to shut down their whole business. But
That is terrible.
so somebody asked, do you stream music on the website? Absolutely. You can go to thesound228.com. You'll see the player up at the top.
Yep.
But the easiest way is
Download
get
the
on
app.
Google Play or on the Apple App Store and download the Sound 228 app. Everything is in there. You can see all of our social media feeds. You can hear the radio station. You can make requests. You can give shout outs. It's all done on the app, and you can find it on either one of the stores. There you go. The Sound 228. Just search that, and it is there for you. Also want to say thank you to Mitchell Distributing for hooking us up with the great drinks that we're going to be having out at Rockin the Sound with Bud Light, Budweiser, Mick Ultra, Freemason from Chandelier Brewing Company in Gulfport, Mississippi, White Claw, Ghost Energy Drink, and Liquid Death water. So and of course, the soft drinks will be served by our food vendors. And then once again, the official shirts are out. So you can get those on our website at thesound228.com. You can pre-order them, pick them up at the show, or you can have them delivered to you after Rockin the Sound's over with. We will send them out to you.
And how much did you say those were, Kevin?
$25. $25.
Ooh,
$5
on the cheap.
more if you want 3XL.
Good question in the comment, Kevin.
Right here.
And you leave the venue and come back in if you want.
You can't. You gotta stay in. Once you're in, you're in. It's a large outdoor venue, so there's plenty of place to walk around, stretch your feet. You can bring a lawn chair, just keep it out of the bag. Do not put it in the bag. So you have somewhere to sit. And there's, again, like Kevin just mentioned, there's food vendors. There's going to be plenty of bathrooms. They're going to be clean. So you do have to stay inside the venue.
And you can visit thesound228.com, the Rockin the Sound tab. It's got a list of the rules and things that, so all the bags that come in, all clear bags, kind of like, I mean, it's a normal rock festival.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
no weapons, no.
You all know.
Yeah.
And one more thing, if you guys happen to be out this weekend, there is a show happening at the Cannery with some of our friends. Brandy and I will be making our way from Pensacola to the show with Love the Hate, them guys, Fate Effect, and the return of Rise the Phoenix. So that'll be happening Saturday night at the Cannery. If you happen to be in the area, come hang out with us and enjoy a good rock show.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a great time, but sorry, I'm a little busy.
Lisa and Matt, thank y'all for staying up so late to hang out with us. We love it whenever y'all are on the show.
I'm awake now.
We're awake now.
We're awake. It's 2:30 in the morning, but we're awake.
All the way up then, huh?
Yeah.
What are you going to do now?
Honestly, I don't know.
Bars open 24 hours.
Yeah.
Well, go brainstorm on how to take us to the next level, because that's where it happens. 3 a.m. in a bar over drinks. So
there's already so much stuff up here that I haven't even spoken to you or Kevin about how to take the sound to the next level.
Yeah.
All right.
Most of mine's while I'm sitting on the toilet.
That's why his ideas are the shit.
Yeah, I love it.
Here all week.
I appreciate that. So let's talk about who won the grudge match.
Grudge match.
No, I actually forgot about that. So I'm glad someone
Shame
remembered.
on you.
I know.
You're usually the one who keeps us all under control.
I know, but I get a pass. Okay?
So with 62% of the votes, Silent Theory once again has won. So they've won twice. So next week,
Hall of Famer. And aren't we premiering another video next week?
Are we?
We are.
Anoxia.
Oh, that's right.
We are.
So here's what we'll do. Silent Theory will go up against Dusty Graham.
Oh.
I like it.
Silent Theory and Dusty Grant in the grudge match next week, and we are going to premiere the new Anoxia.
You just love being an asshole, don't you?
Yes, he does.
I thought, well, I mean, nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it at all.
I mean,
Someone has to be the best at something.
I mean, nobody likes me anyway, so who gives a fuck? I can be an asshole if I want. I mean,
there's a lot of freedom in that.
My partner doesn't even invite me to his parties.
Oh God, you live in Pensacola. Shut up. You're invited to all of them. Just drive over here.
Anyways, but yeah, so we'll do that next Saturday. Next Wednesday. We have Any Given Sin, Kingdom Collapse, and Gemini Syndrome.
Yeah, I am trying to work out how I can stay up for that show and get to work for 7:30 in the morning.
Call in.
I've just had this week off.
Yeah.
I would have worked when she was there.
I can work it out because I can. Yeah, I'll work it out. I'll be on.
He'll make it happen. That's what
I'm saying. I'll just stay on the live now. I'll be on, so I've got to make it happen.
No, I'm definitely going to be there. I can't wait.
It'll be a good time. So everybody that watched, thank you very much. Everyone that threw out the stars, thank you very much. I'll go back and find out who threw those out so we can thank them personally.
Right.
And if you're watching this now, or if you're watching this on a replay and you want to throw some stars out, we'll take every star you can throw us.
Every little helps, and we thank everyone that tunes in. Like,
Yeah.
just thanks for the support. You
Yeah.
know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to watch the Talking Heads talk about music.
Right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And we will talk to you next Wednesday at 7 p.m.
See you next Wednesday.
Peace.